What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in with a pretty exciting video. We're going to take a look at a whole bunch of new strike-specific weapons that have come inside of the Forsaken expansion. We can see all of the base perks for them, obviously the type of weapon and everything like that. We can also break down exactly where they come from and all of the potential random rolls for these weapons as well, which is pretty awesome. On top of this, there are some new emblems and some other new pieces of gear that you can pick up. And these are going to be Nightfall Strike specific pieces of gear according to the database. So these don't drop in the Heroic Strike playlist. I'm not sure if there will be other specific themed pieces of gear that you can get in that playlist, but there are going to be some pretty cool weapons which I think a lot of folks will want to go after. So we're going to break them down, guys. If you do enjoy the video, a like below is very much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe. But for now, let's jump straight into it. So luckily in Forsaken we actually have a whole bunch of new strike specific weapons. Like I said, these will come from the Nightfall strikes, and there are some pretty cool weapons to check out. We can also break down all of the potential roles for them and exactly where they come from, so you know exactly which weapons to hunt down and when they'll actually be available. Should mention we do have 3 Nightfall strikes available each week now, so there will be multiple opportunities to jump into different strikes. Some of these pieces of gear actually will come from old PlayStation exclusive strikes, which are now available on all platforms, which is pretty awesome. So starting out, we have a new strike specific hand cannon, the Warden's Law. You can see the thumbnail icon for it right there. It's an aggressive burst hand cannon, so it's a hard hitting 2-burst fire. New archetype of hand cannon right there, which is pretty cool. It also has another intrinsic perk right here, 4th times the charm. Rapidly landing precision hits will return 2 rounds to the magazine. So it's kind of like a doubled up triple tap kind of thing. So obviously a different archetype for sure. This weapon is going to come from the strike Warden of Nothing, so that's actually the Nightfall this week on the first week of Forsaken. Of course, you may be watching the video a little bit later on. According to the database, it says that various slots on these weapons can actually be randomized. So you have the first row where you can roll a bunch of different magazines. In the second column, you can get Rampage, Kill Clip, Hipfire Grip, Zen Moment, or Opening Shot, and the final column allows 4th times the Charm, Moving Target, Outlaw, Rangefinder, Threat Detector, Triple Tap, or Snapshot Sights. So that's going to be pretty interesting. We'll have to see what that archetype actually is like. You will also be able to get the Nightfall specific emblem right here from Warden of Nothing, which is pretty cool looking thing as well. Next though, we have a strike specific pulse rifle right here, and this will come from the Nightfall strike, the Corrupted. So that's the strike inside of the Dreaming City. This is very similar to the other Dreaming City kind of weapons, but instead of coming from other sources, it is specific to the Nightfall. It's a rapid-fire frame pulse rifle. We can see the base roll is marked as having Outlaw right there, but in the first trait column you can get Zen Moment, Full Auto Trigger System, Headseeker, Rangefinder, or Under Pressure. The second column allows Outlaw, Moving Target, Kill Clip, High Impact Reserves, Dragonfly, or Ambitious Assassin. So that looks like it'll be a pretty interesting weapon. You could potentially get a very nice roll of it, of course. Also coming from the Corrupted would be the emblem you can see on screen right here. Pretty cool looking emblem, obviously linked to the Dreaming City. Next though, we have the Long Goodbye. This is a new piece of loot from one of the older PlayStation exclusives. This is available on all platforms. This one will come from the Insight Terminus Nightfall Strike. It's an adaptive frame sniper. You can see that it's got some lore there from the Drifter, which is pretty cool. For the first trait column, you can get Rangefinder, Outlaw, Firmly Planted, which gives increased accuracy, stability, and handling when firing while crouched. You can also get Snapshot Sights and High Impact Reserves. And we've got Rapid Hit. Rapid Precision Hits temporarily increase stability and reload speed. We also have Dragonfly, 4th times a Charm, and Rampage. So you could potentially get some pretty interesting rolls of this weapon. And this is the emblem that you can get from Inside Terminus. You've got the Scion's head there, which is really cool. Really liking these newer emblems as well. Much more reminiscent of the older D1 style themed emblems. The next weapon would be the Mindbenders Ambition. This one comes from the Hollowed Lair. So this is an aggressive frame shotgun. Super high impact. In the first trait column, you could get Opening Shot, Slide Shot, Threat Detector, Snapshot Sights, or Pulse Monitor. The second column has the possibility of Rampage, Quick Draw, Moving Target, and Auto-Loading Holster. And we have seen the Mindbenders Ambition. We saw it in one of the trailers. A pretty cool looking weapon. Definitely one I'm going to go after. And this is the emblem you can get from the Hollowed Lair, with this kind of cool, Scorn, fanatic-y headpiece, helmet-y piece, whatever you call it, thing right there, which is pretty awesome. Finally, we have the Militias Birthright. And this will come from a previous PS exclusive, the Lake of Shadows. Once again, this is available on all platforms now. We've got some lore right there from Devrim K. It's a lightweight frame grenade launcher. For the two main trait columns, you can get Genesis. Breaking a combatant shield with this weapon fills the magazine from reserves. Energy weapons regenerate ammo on hit when matching the damage type to the combatant's shield, so that is a pretty cool bonus. You can also get Ambitious Assassin, Grave Robber, or Quick Draw, and the second trait slot can have Threat Detector, Rangefinder, Auto-Loading Holster, Snapshot Sights, and Moving Target. And this is the emblem that you can get from the Lake of Shadows strike. So, those are the new Nightfall Strike specific weapons in the Forsaken expansion. I hope that's been useful, a breakdown of the potential bonuses you could get, and of course where they come from, so whenever a specific Nightfall comes up, you'll know what the weapon is. Haven't seen any armor inside of the database yet, so I have to wait and see if anything else pops up. I'm sure there'll be plenty of other themed gear in the expansion, but it's cool that Bungie have created a good few specific weapons here that we can go after, just like in the old days where we had strike-specific weapons that you'd hunt down specific roles on. And also something kind of notable here is that you don't have quite as many perk possibilities on these weapons as some of the ones in Destiny 1. So it is a little bit different. Of course, we can track down already the potential bonuses that you can get on these weapons. I don't think it's necessarily a terrible thing that they do have a smaller pool. And of course, we don't know how regularly these will actually be dropping from the Nightfalls. They could potentially be as rare as Nightfall exclusives have been up until now, so we'll have to wait and see. I'll keep you guys posted with any further information, but I briefly wanted to mention some stuff about mods. So of course we do have new weapon mods in the game right now. These can actually drop randomly on any weapons that you pick up, any legendary weapons that is. So whenever you get a weapon dropped, you do have a chance to get one of these mods on it as well. And of course that does apply to the strike specific loot, but you can also get them from Banshee in the tower. He's going to feature a mod for a weapon and a separate mod for an armor piece every single day of the week. So definitely keep your eyes on Banshee. It's going to be relatively easy to actually acquire the weapon mods, but of course we're going to want to apply them to plenty of different weapons. If you're curious about which mods we can actually get for weapons, we have Backup Mag, which increases the magazine size. It says ammo capacity 30. Sometimes that's correct in the database and sometimes it isn't, but you do get an increased mag size. We have Boss Spec, increases damage against bosses and vehicles. Counterbalance Stock, reduces recoil deviation for a weapon. Freehand Grip, which increases the accuracy and ready speed when firing from the hip. The Icarus mod, which improves accuracy while airborne. Major Spec, which deals extra damage against powerful enemies. And then Minor Spec, which deals extra damage against rank and file enemies. The final couple include Radar Tuner. Radar immediately returns when you stop aiming down sights. And then we've got Targeting Adjuster. The weapon gains better target acquisition, so kind of like Hidden Hand. Apart from this, grants plus 5 aim assist, which is actually half of what Hidden Hand does. So it's a more minor version of the Hidden Hand perk itself. But of course, these just go on top of the other random bonuses that you get on various different types of weapon, and they can be applied to any legendary weapon in the game. And just to reiterate, you can get them as random drops. You can also purchase them from Banshee, based on the rotation that he has. So definitely keep your eyes on Banshee, and you can use those old mod components to get new weapon mods in Forsaken. But something else I wanted to point out, I haven't actually done this in game, but I saw a Reddit post for it here. So you can get a cool secret emblem when you actually fight the Mindbender in the campaign or in one of the adventures. So presumably this will be replayable. There's a cool little secret that I'll kind of explain to you. When you fight the Mindbender, there will be a portal in the room, and if you look above the portal, there is actually a key there. You can kind of jump up the side of the portal to pick it up, and according to the Reddit post, if you take the key outside and to the right, so turn right when you're going back out of the door, there's a door with runes on it, and you can use the key there to open up a chest. It looks just like a normal planetary chest, but when you actually do it, you will get this emblem here called the Secret Treasure, and you've got the kind of icon of the Mindbender there on the emblem as well, which is pretty cool. So I thought that was just an interesting secret some of you guys may be interested in. But guys, for now, if you have enjoyed the video, a like below would be super appreciated. Let me know any of the weapons you fancy going after, or any awesome rolls or things that you managed to pick up from the strikes. If you have enjoyed this video, a like is very much appreciated below, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe to see a lot more Destiny 2 content. Cover everything related to Destiny 2 right here, so be sure to turn on those notifications as well if you don't want to miss out on any new stuff. For now though, I very much appreciate you guys tuning in as always, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.